going back to Iraq, it's been spoken about previously, but could you find yourself at some time recommending to the president for a three-state solution in Iraq versus staying the course of a united Iraqi government?
Well, Senator, from my perspective, I can imagine two states in Iraq. I have difficulty imagining a third separate state, given the lack of resources that would be available to the Sunni.
Are we going to supply air support for the people we train to fight ISIL?
We are, Senator.
Do those same people want to take Assad down?
The ones that we are supporting right now are focused on ISIL. Senator.
Do they have a goal to take Assad down?
Senator, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, the ones we're supporting, I don't know because the folks.
Don't you think most people in Syria want two things? They want to fight, they want to destroy ISIL and get rid of Assad, the person who's killed 250,000 of their family? Is that really a mystery?
No, it's not.
It's not a mystery. Okay, is Russia going to fight for Assad?
Russia is fighting for Assad.
Will Iran fight for Assad?
They are doing that, Senator.
Will Hezbollah fight for Assad?
They are doing that.
When the people we train to fight ISIL turn on Assad, which they surely will, are we going to fight with them to replace Assad?
I can't answer that question, Senator.
Is there any credible military threat to Assad now that Russia, Iran, and Hezbollah is on his side? Do you see any credible military threat to take him down, General Dunford?
I think the balance of forces right now are in Assad's advantage.
Not his advantage. He is secure as the day is long. So this is what's happened, folks. This strategy is completely falling apart. Russia, Iran, and Hezbollah are going to fight for their guy, and we're not going to do a damn thing to help the people who want to change Syria for the better by getting rid of the dictator in Damascus. Do you see a scenario, Secretary Carter, where we would fight to support an effort to take Assad down? That we would fight alongside of people who want to take Assad down in Syria? Is that remotely possible?
Our approach to removing Assad has been to...
Does it have a military component?
It is principally a political effort in Syria.
So the answer is no.
Our military effort...
Are we going to fight with people who want to take Assad down? Are we going to provide them military help?
Our train and equip program...
The answer is no.
The
answer is no.
Supportive of people
so
who fight
let me
ISIL.
just end this. If I'm Assad, this is a good day for me, because the American government has just said, without saying it, that they're not going to fight to replace me. The Russians and the Iranians and Hezbollah, this is a really good day for them, because their guy has no military credible threat. So, now you tell me what kind of deal we're going to get, folks. I'm sure we'll get a really good deal with this construct. So what you've done, gentlemen, along with the president, is you've turned Syria over to Russia and Iran. So what you've done, gentlemen, along with the president, is you've turned Syria over to Russia and Iran. You've told the people in Syria who died by the hundreds of thousands, we're more worried about a political settlement than we are about what follows. All I can say, this is a sad day for America, and the region will pay hell for this, because the Arabs are not going to accept this. The people in Syria are not going to accept this. This is a half-assed strategy at best.
We will make people nervous. We will make the Saudi royal family nervous. We will make the Mubarak regime in Egypt nervous. And if we succeed in freeing Iraq and then begin to turn our attention to the Syrias and the Libyas and the other rogue states and exert pressure for them to change, the Saudi royal family and the Mubarak regime will come to us and they'll say, we're very, very nervous. And our response should be good. We want you nervous. We want you to realize that now, for the fourth time in 100 years, this country and its allies, its democratic allies, are on the march. We are going to win, and we're going to win because we are on the side of those whom these regimes most fear, their own people.
قد يكون هذا الرجل هو الزعيم الأكثر إرهابا في السنوات الأخيرة، بل وربما يكون أكثر وحشية من زعيم تنظيم القاعدة الراحل أسامة بن لادن، فهو نزيل سابق في سجون الولايات المتحدة ويلقب ببلطجي داعش. ذلك الرجل الذي يقف وراء قطع الرؤوس في العراق وسوريا كان يوما ما سجينا مصدر ثقة من قبل سجانيه الأمريكيين، يسمح له بالتجول بحرية في جميع أنحاء المعسكر.
الأمريكيون يرتاحون عند رؤية البغدادي، فشخص مثله يمكن أن يحافظ على الهدوء في السجن. هناك 24 مخيما داخل الجانب السني في معسكر بوكا، وقد سمح له بالوصول إليها جميعا.
البغدادي وباقي الجهاديين في السجون الأمريكية لم يكونوا منفصلين، كانت لهم الحرية الكاملة باللقاءات ووضع المؤامرات، ويملكون طرقا بارعة بالتواصل.
هو والآخرون كانوا يتواصلون فيما بينهم، وعند خروجه من السجن كانت لديه كل أرقام هواتفهم وتفاصيل عن آبائهم وأقربائهم في القرى.
المعسكر كان الحاضنة الأساسية لداعش، وكانت فيه إدارة المدرسة لقادة التنظيم. ولو لم يكن هناك سجن أمريكي في العراق فلن تكون هناك دولة إسلامية الآن، فمعظم هؤلاء القادة في داعش أمضوا فترات من أعمارهم في معسكر بوكا وفقا لمجموعة صوفان.
أغلب القيادات العليا في داعش والجزء الأكبر من إدارتهم وجنودهم قدموا من معسكر بوكا، لأن هناك عشرات الآلاف ممن قبض عليهم في بوكا على مر السنين، وعندما خرجوا لم يكن لديهم ما يفعلونه، وكانوا على تواصل، ومن الواضح أنهم أخذوا يتابعون ما تعلموه من السجن.
Yeah, but it's true though that the ideology of ISIL lines up with Wahhabism.
I would say it's a starting point, and then the Islamic State has taken it several steps farther.
Yes. Isn't that correct?
يعني واضح المسألة، إجبار الناس على الصلاة، إجبار الناس على تغطية الوجه للنساء، هذا فكر متطرف، فكر داعشي. ما يعني هذا الذي تمارسه الهيئة في أسواقنا وفي تجمعاتنا وفي حفلاتنا وفي مناسباتنا، هذا فكر داعشي.